Welcome to the She Leads podcast. I'm your host, Adrienne Garland, CEO and founder of She Leads Media, a global media company dedicated to the advancement of women leaders and entrepreneurs worldwide. I'm also an adjunct professor at NYU and Rice University, where I teach on the topic of entrepreneurship. I'm a mom to two wonderful young men and married to my best friend from college. Join me each week as I dive into raw conversations with remarkable, uncompromising, and inspirational women entrepreneurs and leaders. My hope is that these conversations and their advice will encourage you to put yourself out there and gain the visibility that you and all women deserve. We're all about stripping away the sugar-coated conversations and moving boldly in the direction of our magnificent dreams. For far too long, women have been conditioned to soften their words, modify their actions, and show up in the world to conform to outdated at best and harmful at worst cultural norms and ideals. Why? To keep those who are outside of the power structures from gaining power, prestige, wealth, and influence. This has prevented women from being recognized and respected as the powerful leaders that we truly are. The She Leads podcast is here to shine the light on all the incredible women, to encourage us to show up, speak up, and showcase the amazing work we do. Speak with confidence about the innovative and transformational thoughts that we have, and celebrate the positive impact that we are making in this world, both personally and professionally. So let's do this. Let's lead. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the She Leads podcast. Today, I'm doing a solo episode just to talk to you a tiny bit more about the She Leads Live conference that's happening on October 18th and 19th in New York City. I'm really, really excited about this year's conference because it's the 10th anniversary, but also because I am just so excited to share with you some of the speakers and some of the things that we're going to be doing at the conference. In the next couple of weeks, will be pulling together some clips from the different speakers so that they can tell you exactly what it is that they're going to cover. But you can be rest assured that you are going to get content on mindset, on your finances, on who you need to be in order to grow and scale your business, how to grow and scale your business, why finances are incredibly important, and what you need to do to get your financial business house in order so that you can profit, so that you can pay yourself, so that you can grow and scale your business. We're also going to be conducting workshops about how you show up on these different social media platforms, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram. We'll also be talking about this idea of a platform, right? So as a woman entrepreneur, it's your job to constantly be selling yourself and your business. And you can do that in many ways, talking to people one-on-one, being out there on social media, engaging with people through your email list or in some of these communities that each of you have, but also by being on podcasts as a guest. Starting your own podcast, which is something that She Leads Media helps women to do. Also by creating your own book, right? These things, creating your own platform, give you the ability to then go to other, maybe larger platforms because you now have these pieces of credibility that can open different doors for you, that can get you onto stages like She Leads Live and some of these other amazing conferences for women or for different areas of expertise. So we're going to be talking about, why it's so important for you as a woman entrepreneur and a woman leader in order to have some of these artifacts of credibility so that you can spread your opinions, so that you can get your thoughts out there, so that you can showcase the problems that your business solves. So we're going to be talking about that too. We're also going to have a lot of fun. I mean, I'm so passionate about business and growing business and making businesses profitable that sometimes I forget to talk about how much fun I like to make this. And, not crazy fun, but legitimate, belly laughing fun where we're doing things that bring us joy. And we're also interacting with really interesting people in incredible settings. So the conference takes place in New York City. So if you're not from New York City and you want to come visit, if you've ever been here before, or if you've never been to New York City before, you have to come. I mean, New York City is a contradiction, right, unto itself. We are, I believe, the greatest city in the world. There are so many different things that are happening all the time. I remember this one really good friend of mine. He's from LA. He's a PR person. He's amazing. And he comes to New York to do business with his certain clients. And we have gone around the city oftentimes to dinner or to have a drink. And we always find magic, right? Like something weird, crazy happens all the time going through the subway or finding, a hidden speakeasy or running into, this incredible group of people that we end up going on some crazy adventure with. Magic always happens. And I love that because it's so true. And I find that to be so true. Just another story about New York City. I talk about this often now on the podcast, and it's because I love it so much. But I teach at NYU. I teach entrepreneurship in the Tisch Center for Hospitality, in the event management program. And so I'm usually around NYU, the Washington Square campus, or the 14th Street. There's different classrooms everywhere, and I go from classroom to classroom. But one night I was walking back to my car. I choose to drive into the city from where I live, just because it's a little late when I leave, and I like to be in control. Surprise to surprise, anyone that knows me knows that I like to be in control. But going to my car after class one night, and I heard sort of the most beautiful voice standing there right in front of Whole Foods. If anybody knows that area, the Union Square area where Whole Foods is, I hear this beautiful voice of this person singing. And I don't even know what song it was. I definitely took a video recording of it. But he had the most beautiful voice, and he just like stopped me in my tracks. And it's not like you don't see or hear people that are performing on the streets and the subways, but there was something about this person. I stopped and I gave him money, of course, because that's how some of these performers make money. So I gave him some money, and I said to him, like, "You're an angel." Like, he just felt like he was like an angel. And he ended up, his Instagram was there on the little bucket that you throw the money into. And so I followed him, and I've seen that he's getting all these opportunities now. He has been chosen as one of the performing artists for some New York City series for different things. And he's an ambassador for a couple of different things. And I'm sorry for not knowing exactly what this is, but he's been gaining popularity. And I said to myself, like, I was able to recognize that talent in him. It was like crystal clear to me. It like hit me. So I was so happy. I'm so happy to see that he is, going on to such success. And I tell you that story, not because I am a talent scout, but I probably was in a different life, but I tell you that story because it's one of those New York City magical moments that I won't forget for any time soon. And I love to be moved like that emotionally, creatively, artistically. And so that is also sort of the spirit that gets infused into the She Leads Live conferences. We've been going for 10 years. We started out, just in case you haven't heard this story before, the conference was born out of frustration. Right. So I had worked in corporate America for quite some time, and I ended up leaving a role that was amazing on paper and actually really affected my well-being and my self-confidence and self-worth. It's taken me a very long time to sort of address that and get past it. And oftentimes when I think that, well, I'm there, that hasn't, it's not affecting me. Sometimes it comes up. It's getting farther and farther away, but this particular corporate role really affected me, really burned me. We can talk about that maybe on another episode if that's something that you would be interested in hearing, is sort of like my in-depth story and what, corporate America, what type of an effect it had on me, and why it's sort of like my why. It's like, this is why I do what I do. So I was talking to a very good friend of mine over lunch one day, and she was an event planner. And I let her know that, hey, like I had left corporate, I started my own business, and I really don't know what I'm doing. Even though I was very successful in the corporate arena, I had my MBA from, one of the best schools in the world, NYC, Stern. I didn't know what I was doing as an entrepreneur, even though I sort of knew what it was like to start a business. I had been in an entrepreneurship class. We had started a business there. I had done some different scenarios and things like that. But when it came to real life and dealing mentally, emotionally with all of the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, I really felt, lost. And I don't like that feeling as someone that I'm sure a lot of you can relate, as someone that needs to sort of be in command and control of what's happening around her. Being an entrepreneur and not knowing where the next client was coming from, or exactly what my offer was, or what the transformation was that I was offering, was really unsettling to me. And I was talking to my very good friend Laura about this, and she said, like, obvious. Why don't we just put on a conference where we bring together women that have started and successfully scaled and grown their companies to, profitability and to get venture capital financing and all of that good stuff? Why don't we just bring all of those women in as expert speakers and then invite to the conference everybody that's like us, right? That we want to learn from these experts so that we can, avoid some of the pitfalls and get farther faster. So I said, well, how do you do that? It's a great idea. Let's just do it. And so she was like, well, I have the event planning background. You have the subject matter expertise and relationships with a lot of different people. Let's just do this. So we did. And with a lot of planning, a lot of talking, a lot of just, figuring it out, we put together our very first conference, and it was called WomanCon. And that took place in 2013. So if you are quick at math, you'll know that it's 2024 right now. And if we started in 2013, well, that's 11 years, not 10. Why are you celebrating your 10th anniversary this year, Adrienne? Well, that's because we took 1 year off of the conference due to, guess what? COVID, right? So when actually COVID happened, We did not cancel the conference. We moved forward with it, but the conference took place online. At this point, Laura was no longer part of the conference. In 2016, Laura and I decided that it was that I was going to continue forward with the conference, and she had other dreams and aspirations to do something differently. So she went in one direction, and I said, I'm not done with this. Like, I feel like I've just gotten a taste, right? And there's so much more. And there was so much more, and there is so much more. And there's even still so much more to do, right? Because as women entrepreneurs, we have not cracked the code. We have not cracked the code yet on what are the things that you need to do in order to grow, scale, and blow past that $1 million mark, which is so elusive to so many women, right? But we're going to do it. We're going to figure it out. And I'm especially committed to this year at the 10th anniversary conference to getting very serious. Okay. Not that we've been playing around up until this point, but it's sort of like, we've been at this, we've been hacking away at it for years and years. And now is the time to allow all of our knowledge, all of our expertise to just shine through. We need to not let our minds get in our way. We need, to not let some of these statistics stop us. We have to just blow through it all, because everything's going to change in a couple of months. No matter what political affiliation you have or what your beliefs are, no matter what, the way that we are operating right now, right here, it is going to change for all of us in the United States. It's going to change in a couple of months. And we have to be prepared for either way that it goes. So women entrepreneurs, my call to you is it is time to get serious. There is no more, maybe, feeling bad for ourselves or making excuses or allowing other things that are not in our direct line of sight to get in our way. We need to stop all the crap. Okay. And we need to get super serious. And that is what She Leads Live is going to do this year. It's going to inspire you to action, and not just inspiration for inspiration's sake, but inspiration to get you moving at a faster pace, at a more directed pace, and getting to the place where we know that we need to be in order to truly make an impact. When women have access to wealth, they take that wealth and they do good things with it. They help humanity. Okay? Ultimately, women help humanity at a much greater rate with the same amount of wealth than others. And I'm not saying that we are better. I'm just saying that as a general rule, the statistics and all of the research shows that when women have access to wealth, they help build and further communities. They give back to society, and they help humanity move forward in ways that are very meaningful and focused on the human condition. That's why it's so important for women to start and grow businesses, because we look at things in a different way. We can solve problems. And when we have more access to wealth, to capital through, building businesses of our own and generating those revenues and those profits, when we have access to that, we do better. We just do better for the world. I'm so digging my heels in about this. I want you to come to the She Leads Live conference if you're a woman entrepreneur, if you're a woman leader, because I want you to be inspired to action. Be inspired to action. So I know that spending time away from your business, time away from your family, time away from maybe on a Friday or a Saturday night, time away from your friends or relaxing. I know that that is a decision that you need to make. But I would offer to you that the women that are going to be in the room on October 18th and 19th in New York City at Civic Hall for She Leads Live, I can guarantee you that you will learn something that you have never learned before that is going to change the way that you look at the world and that you move through it, or that you are going to meet someone that you're going to form a friendship or a strategic partnership with that's going to change everything for you, or that you are going to have a moment of recognition and internal recognition that maybe you haven't been playing at the level that you should. Okay. And I say should because I think that every woman needs to do more for themselves. And I know people don't like to should on you or whatever that phrase is, but I'm saying that we are so caught up with what everybody else expects of us that we should take care of ourselves first. It's beyond intelligence what we women do to ourselves. It's insidious. And I have only really woken up to this fact that we have been so programmed from when we are young about what our roles need to be. And as women, that we are the caregivers and, we're the ones that are taking care of everybody else and putting everybody else's needs and wants ahead of ours. That needs to stop. It just needs to stop if we're going to make any progress at all. And I also don't have time anymore for talking about all the things that are wrong. We know what's wrong. Okay. We know where we've been holding ourselves back, where we've been complaining, where we haven't been taking decisive action, where we're constantly asking for discounts and freebies and all of that. We need to stop all of it and we need to invest in ourselves. So I'm going to go back to the fact that, yes, I know that you have other things that you need to do or you feel like you need to do or people that you need to take care of beside yourself on Friday, October 18th and Saturday, October 19th. But I'm telling you that if you invest in yourself and you take that time to work on your business, you take the time to form those relationships and you take decisive action to show up in a room with a plan for how you're going to grow your business from now until the end of the year and going into 2025, I guarantee you that if you approach this conference with that attitude, that you are going to be a different person. You're going to have an incredible transformation by 2025. And that's what I want to see. I'm not here to just throw this party, this conference because it's fun. Because it's really, it's not fun. All of the work, all of the sacrifice, all of the, stress and everything that putting together a conference and gathering people like this, that takes. I am so hell-bent on the fact that I truly, deeply I don't even know if it's inside of me, outside of me, I know that entrepreneurship is the answer for women to get to wealth. And again, wealth not for wealth's sake, wealth for what wealth can do for you, for your family, for your community, for humanity. So come out to She Leads Live and fill yourself up with that. All you need to do is go to sheleadsmedia.com and check out She Leads Live 2024. there's a link to the Eventbrite ticket purchasing page. This episode is coming out on at the end of the week of August 12th. And there is an early bird special. So if you want your discount, there it is. If you don't get your tickets by August 31st, there will be no more discount. So if you're concerned, I want a discount, well, there you have it. There's an early bird discount. If you don't make it by then, there will not be a discount. So get your ticket now. And if you purchase it after August 31st, so what? You don't get a discount. Who cares? But what you get is you get the investment in yourself and the commitment to yourself. This conference is for serious, dedicated, driven women entrepreneurs that are in business to be in business, to make a difference and to make a profit and to grow wealth so that they can leave a legacy and they can help humanity in their own way. So last thing that I'll say is if I was your bestie, okay, I would say, tell me why you are hesitating to purchase a ticket to this conference that has been around for 10 years, that brings together the most incredible women that you will ever meet, that's in the best city in the whole entire world. What is stopping you from getting your ticket right now? Ask yourself that question, because if I was your best friend, I would say, please do this for yourself. This is probably the best investment of your time and your money, which it's not even a lot of money. It's so much less than so many other of these Instagram-y conferences. This is such a great investment of your time and your money that you need to do this. And when you do this, when you purchase the ticket, that's not over. You need to prepare for this conference. You need to network with people before the conference. You need to make a point of learning everything that you possibly can and taking away actionable strategies and tactics that you can employ in your business immediately when you go home, so that as your best friend, that's what I want for you. I want to see you much for giving me this opportunity to address and speak to you. And if you have any questions or you're still unsure about whether coming to She Leads is right for you, send me an email. This and all of our episodes are brought to you by the She Leads Podcast Network, the podcast network for women, by women. Thanks so much for listening to the She Leads podcast. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support us, please share it with others, make a personalized post about what you took away on social media, and please leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. This helps our guests and our show to continue to gain visibility and traction. To learn more about how She Leads Media helps women to gain visibility, you can follow us on Instagram at She Leads Media, or you can head on over to sheleadsmedia.com. If you'd like to network with me and other amazing women, don't forget to join us each year for the She Leads Live conference. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.